Hi, this is Deborah Hardman, owner of Nature's Healing and co-owner of Hardman Enterprises. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch all of my videos. I appreciate that and I hope you're enjoying them. If you'd like to have more information, please go to deborahhardman.com. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and remember, Jesus loves you.
Welcome everybody. We're ready to get started. Today is enjoying a healthy digestive system, and I'm excited just to share this information with you and help you know how to keep your system running like it's supposed to, keep it functioning the way we were created to. And I always think when somebody is speaking into your life, you should know a little bit about them. And this is a little bit about my story, who I am and where I came from. I was introduced to Young Living back in 2007, and I was introduced against my will. Wanted nothing to do with these oils. I didn't like lots of things about them, including the smell. I was one of those people that didn't care for the smell. Of course, the first oil I ever smelled was oregano, so that could be part of the reason. I thought it smelled like dirty socks, and still to this day, I feel like it smells like dirty socks. It's not my favorite oil. So I wasn't interested, but my friend kept sharing. She kept saying, you gotta try these oils, they're so fantastic. She'd had some amazing experiences, and she wanted me to feel that. And I was one of those people that I truly believed, this was my real belief, my truth, was that if you were drinking a diet soda and having a donut, they balanced each other out. So that was kind of where I came from. So I really truly had my head in the sand on what it took to have a healthy, amazing digestive system and overall life. I had my head in the sand, and I was okay with that. I was okay with the things that I didn't know, and I wanted to stay there. But my friend, she wanted so much more for me, and she just kept sharing little bits, little bits, little bits. She'd stop by my house and she'd give me a CD and just all these different things. And one day after several months, she came over and she had the raindrop oils, which is a kit we'll talk about another day. You can Google it and get some information. And we put all of those oils on me, and it was against my will. I'm telling you, I did it just to shut her up. It wasn't because I had any belief system or a desire to, but I am telling you, in 25 minutes after those oils were put on my life, my eyes were open. I was like a completely different person. The cells in my body just responded so much, and I had so much energy, and I felt this amazing, this excitement, this joy that I had not experienced. And I knew in that moment, I knew that I would spend the rest of my life helping the others. Other people that were just like me, with their heads buried in the sand, with that belief system, because we are supposed to feel amazing. Our lives are supposed to be full of vitality. This whole series is optimal vitality, maximizing our health so that we can feel what we're designed and created to feel, which is wonderful. Our cells were designed to be healthy. And that's what we're talking about, is just being able to enjoy that healthy system. And so that's what I do for a living. I tell people that there's an option. And we partner with Young Living's mission statement. Our mission statement is that we honor our stewardship to champion nature's living energy, essential oils, by fostering a community of healing and discovery while inspiring individuals to wellness, purpose, and abundance. And those words there, wellness, purpose, and abundance, I just jumped on board with them. I held that belief. I still to this day believe that we were supposed to have this phenomenal wellness, that we're supposed to have a sense of purpose in our lives, that there's other people whose heads are still in the sand, and we get to go out there and change their lives in abundance, that we're supposed to live in this amazing abundance. Just noticed my slide is missing the E. I should have expanded that a little bit, but that's okay. Abundance in every area of your life, not just abundance financially, although that's a part of it, because not having enough money to be able to enjoy doing the things or paying your bills or having a lifestyle, that's a big deal. But abundance of friends. People are lonely. We go to work, come home, go to work, come home. We don't have a sense of purpose, and we're alone. And it's abundance in every area of your life. And those are some of the things that Young Living stands for: wellness, purpose, and abundance in every area of your life. And our founder, the discovery and visionary, D. Gary Young, he is the one that has, back in 1985, was originally introduced to essential oils. His vision from day one was Young Living essential oils in every home in the world. And his wife, who was our chief executive officer, Mary Young, she was successful in another MLM years before she came into Young Living. That had been her role. And so the business and running things, and together they make a phenomenal team at the headship of our company. And Gary's vision, Young Living essential oils all over the world, that's what we're already seeing. This map here is such a great representation of how far we're already spread. All the different dots, that shows all the different areas where we have things. We've got our offices, we have our international offices, our global headquarters, we've got our distilleries, our farms, they're all on here. And Young Living Essential Oils, that vision, oils around the world that Gary had, that's what we're already seeing come to pass right now, and it's exciting. And so you know up front is that there's a huge difference between Young Living essential oils and other oils in the market. And the difference is our seed to seal process. It's what we do with the seeds that we pick and choose, and we're very particular on what we do. They've got the most these are the high quality seeds. They're no GMO. These are good things. And then our cultivation. It's what we do to the soil before we put our seeds in, what we do to the soil while they're growing, and what we do after we harvest. That's all a part of that cultivation. It also includes when we harvest. Plants are very particular, and we don't harvest just because it's convenient. We harvest when the plants have the most essential oils. It's called the most bricks, and all the parts and pieces that a plant is supposed to have, because each plant has different constituents. You're going to want to write that word down so you can look that up. Constituent is parts and pieces. Things like lavender have over 200 different parts and pieces that go and give love to the different cells inside your body, and that's our cultivation. Cultivation is also like what you do for weeds. One of the things that Young Living does for weeds, we do this weird thing. We actually go out there and we pluck them and we pull them, and those are some of the things that we do. It's that whole process. And then we have our distilleries. Our distilleries are on our farms. We've got distilleries attached even to some of our partner farms, because some products, some plants have to be distilled immediately. Some stuff has to sit out for a few days. Some stuff has to be in the sun. Some stuff has to legitimately be harvested and put directly into the distilleries. And each plant has a different temperature. Each plant has a different amount of time it needs to be in there. And all of those things matter, because if you don't do it the right way, you'll lose some of those parts and pieces we talked about. And those parts and pieces affect the cells of the body. And then we test. We test every batch. As a matter of fact, during the distillation process, we're actually testing the entire time. On some crops, it's every 15 minutes that we're taking the sample and seeing what's happening, what bricks, what constituents, what parts are coming out. And then we don't just take our word for it, we send it out for third-party testing. We want to validate that this is what we're seeing. Do you see what we see? And if an oil doesn't come back with all of the right parts and pieces and the right percentages, then it's not good enough to be a Young Living essential oil. It's really important to know that our standards are huge. And then we have the next step, which is seal. And that means that when you order your products and you get your stuff, you're getting it directly from Young Living. And we know what is in the bottles that are used, that nothing is added, nothing is taken away. And that is a priority. In this whole process, from seed to seal, we are an open book. You can go and experience our farms. You can see our distilleries. You can help pack our distilleries. You can watch the testing and the sealing process through open windows. We're an open book. We want you to participate and see what we have. And I wish we had one more step, because that's 5, and I wish we had 6. Because 6, that is our MLM, network marketing, friend to friend, mother to mother, sister to sister. That's our training process. The way that we actually go out there and we share, because oils are not common knowledge. If I give you some ginger right now or peppermint, you might have a clue as to what to do with it. But if I said, how about some helichrysum or some Copaiba, you wouldn't know what to do with it if somebody wasn't teaching and training. And that's a part of why we're set up as a network marketing, MLM, friend to friend, is the education part. And I love that. That's a part of what I have really developed as my thing, because I know that the world needs to know. I know that there's confusion, that people think that we're supposed to. I know there's confusion because people don't realize that they're allowed to feel good, that we're supposed to feel amazing. And I love that about us. Now, there's a flyer that I hope that you'll go to my website. You can get this on Young Living's back office and our virtual office. You can also just go to our website, shannonhudsonyl.com, and you can pull that up, and it is called Sharing Young Living the Right Way. Now, this is a flyer. It's about 5 pages, and it tells you the things that we have to do and say to be able to share Young Living the right way. We get so enthusiastic because we have these amazing things that happen to our bodies, and we just want to be able to tell everybody. But the FDA, FTC say, hey, we can't do that because there's not enough scientific research behind your story. It's your personal opinion. So they're asking us to change the way we do things. So if you're brand new and you've never heard of Young Living, go on here, pull up this sheet so you can see, so that as you start sharing Young Living, You know how to say things the right way. You'll see on the bottom, there's some unacceptable disease claims, and those are just examples. We can't talk about any diseases specifically because there's implied diseases as well, and we can't do that, but there's acceptable claims and things we can say. So as you watch this PowerPoint, and we're talking about just having a beautiful, healthy digestive system, everything that I'm sharing with you are things that Young Living has already went through, and they have approved that we say those things about those products because they have validated there's enough science behind it that it meets all the qualifications for the FDA and the FTC. So when we talk about it working with the system, you're going to know that that backing up, that science behind it, that there's enough that we're able to say that. So take a few minutes, go look at that as soon as you're done with this video. And if you decide you're ready to get started, you listen to this and this just hits you and you're like, I want to have that vitality, then I need you to get back with the person that sent you this video. Email them, call them, text them, Facebook, even if you just found it on their website or they sent it to you in an email, get back with them because that person's going to partner with you and helping you in that healthy lifestyle that you're looking at so that you can be out there sharing Young Living the right way as well. Now, digestion. So you know, in case you didn't realize this, digestion begins in the mouth. As soon as we put food in our mouth and we start chewing, there's these wonderful enzymes. There's salivary amylase that begins breaking down the carbohydrates. That's the reason why when we chew and we're eating bread will get sweeter the longer you chew. And the same thing with pasta, because it begins breaking it down. And part of that chewing process breaks the particles down in small enough pieces that all of the enzymes we're going to talk about here in a few minutes are able to finish that breaking down process. So it's really important when we're talking about having a healthy digestion, it starts with chewing. It starts by being conscious and thinking when we're putting the food in, right? So that's a huge part of the process. Now, this is the inside part that we don't usually get to see, right? So this is your digestion all the way from your mouth where we started, and this goes all the way to the anus. And these are all the parts and pieces that each do different things. Each part of your digestive system plays a huge role. Now, one part is more important than the other. They each partner together, and we're going to be talking about them. So we start right there in the stomach. Your stomach has more enzymes that we'll talk about in a few minutes. It also has something called hydrochloric acid, and that acid is supposed to be there. It's what begins digesting and breaking down all that food. It's also what starts to kill off any pathogens or bacteria that's not supposed to be in the food. Our system was made to start killing that garbage off. So things like food poisoning, the stomach itself has its own ability to begin cleaning that up. That's why that acid is there. And then when you go through the stomach, then we have things like your liver, and your liver helps to clean out all the garbage that's not supposed to be there. Your blood goes through there. It's a part of our hormones. Liver has so many great things that it does in the body, and we want to make sure we give a little love to the liver while we're talking. We've got the gallbladder. Gallbladder partners with kicking out different enzymes as well. It kicks out good stuff in there. Then we have your small intestines, and we have your large intestines. We have your pancreas. Pancreas kicks out more enzymes. Parts of your intestines kick out more enzymes. We're really going to talk about enzymes today because digestion, enzymes partner with the body in breaking down the food so it can get in small enough particles so our body can absorb the nutrients. That's how a beautiful, healthy digestive system works. And we are supposed to have this wave-like motion called peristalsis. And peristalsis starts right here. Everything you see, so it starts with the stomach where it's churning and moving the food like a great big washing machine, wiggling it around, and then it goes into the small intestines, and it has this motion, and it's like squishing the food up against the side and wave-like ripples, moving it and squishing it to the sides so it can touch these little hair-like things that are called villi. And the villi, it just gives more surface area for food to be absorbed. And on top of these tiny little hairs called villi, there's microvilli. So that's another area where the just gets those sucked right into there. And so as we're talking, realize we're talking about this whole system and keeping this just functioning and being a beautiful, well-created, well-oiled machine. And when your system is healthy and your digestive system is working like it's supposed to, you will see so many amazing things happening. But one of the things you have to do is we got to keep our system clean. As a people like myself, diet soda and donuts, is that a good way to keep my system clean? No, I was in this other world, and it wasn't what my system needed. Your cells are starving for nutrients. And that's what we want to get back. We want to get back the nutrients to the cells so the cells can replicate healthy, good, strong cells and give us that energy. So we got to choose what we're putting in, and we have to choose wisely. And there's so much information out there on wise foods, but the simplest, eat clean foods as close to nature as you can find them. So if you can go in your backyard and you can pick green beans right off of the bush and rinse those babies and eat them, that is a live food. It has massive nutrients. It has a ton of enzymes. That's a live food. Those same beautiful green beans coming out of your garden, if they sit for just 24 hours in a basket waiting for you to cook them, whether out of your refrigerator or in your refrigerator, they start to lose some of their vitamins. They start to lose some of their enzymes. It's no longer a live food, but it's still a raw food. It still has lots of goodness in it, lots of vitamins. And then if you take those same green beans that sat out for 24 hours, those beans, when you steam them, so you're going to cook them and you're going to steam them, they lose a little bit more vitamins. They lose a little bit more enzymes. And then if you instead take them and you boil them, when you boil them down and you eat them, they're still good. They're clean. They're closer to nature. But we've killed off any vitamins or enzymes that used to be alive because they die in high heat. So this is all about doing the best you can with what you have. Is it better to eat a can of green beans, which are still something that's whole in nature, or to eat a bag of chips? Right? So it's just picking your fights, picking your battles, making choices, and be proud of every single decision you make. If you choose to just start adding water, do you think water is a huge part of keeping your system clean? Well, I'll just throw this out real quick in case you're not sure. What would happen if you waited 3 days in this heat without a shower? Would people notice? Well, yeah, because your system would begin to be dirty. It would begin to smell, right? What if you waited a week? How about 2 weeks? How about a month? What would happen? Your body, the smell, the odor, people would smell you before you walked through the door, right? Because it's a dirty system. But what have we been doing to the inside of our body? What have you been giving? Water helps to purify and clean the body. So much information on what types of water and how much water. But a good rule of thumb is about half your body ounces of water every day. So figure it out. If you weigh around 150 pounds, you're looking at how much? You're looking at around 75 ounces of water, because it's different for everybody. For those of you that don't know me, I am a large woman. I have to consume more water than you would to feed my lovely cells. So when you're talking about keeping your system clean, think water. It is key. I always like to tell my people, what is the difference between a grape and a raisin? Water. What is the difference between a plum and a prune? Water. Your brain with water, your brain without. I'm just saying, water does a body good. And if you have been drinking soda all your life and you decide to add 1 glass of water every day in addition to your soda, then be excited about that change. Be proud of that change. And then next week, try to add 2 glasses. And next week, try to add 2 more. It's little changes, and celebrate each change you make towards having a wonderful, healthy life. This is what I want my system to look like. I want it to be pristine. I want it to be beautiful inside and out. This is the picture I want to have when I'm thinking about my digestive system, when I'm thinking about all the beautiful cells in my body. This is my picture of health for my cells. So as far as keeping your system clean, in addition to water, there's some other great products that Young Living has that partners with us. One is the Cleansing Trio Kit. Now, this set right here begins improving your health through cleansing your system and eliminating waste by specifically supporting normal liver function, which is huge. We talked about your liver and how important it is. It will give you new energy and an improved sense of well-being. This is exciting to me. Who wants energy? I'm all about having that energy, right? That sense of well-being throughout my system. So this is like your precursor. And I want you to notice this little circle, this little thing up here where it says Liver Lover Club. I want you to notice each of the ones that have that. And we're going to talk about the liver a little bit more in depth because it's just so important. But right now I want to break down what this is. So those 3 that we talked about, the cleansing trio, number 1 is ICP. ICP helps keep your colon clean. We just talked about your colon and the importance of it. It helps to scour out all of the residue that's in there. A healthy digestive system is important for the proper functioning of all other systems. How important is that? So that means keeping my digestive system working. This helps with every other system in my body because it absorbs nutrients that are used throughout the body. Those little villi, they're absorbing nutrients. It's taking it right to my bloodstream, and this helps to partner with that. It helps to decrease the buildup of waste and improve nutrient absorption and help maintain a healthy heart. Who knew that getting my bowels working in beautiful, healthy bowels, that it would help maintain a healthy heart? Well, it makes sense. If it's absorbing the nutrients now because it's functioning like it's supposed to, it's going to make differences. This is also high fiber and high absorption for your body. Then number two is Essential Zyme. Now, Essential Zyme is designed to improve and balance digestive health and to stimulate overall enzyme activity to combat the modern diet. Now, we're going to go a little deeper into enzymes in a few minutes, but this trio, this has one of the enzymes in it. It also helps to improve overall enzyme activity, which means it's helping with all of the enzymes that are supposed to be kicked out. It helps to reduce pancreatic stress and supports healthy pancreatic function. It's an enzyme blend of Pancreatic Lipase, which helps break down some of the fats, and pancreatin and trypsin, which help with proteins. So it helps to digest your fats and proteins, which is very exciting. I will tell you right now that at any time, if you're ever going to get this trio and they're out of one of the enzymes, you can partner it with a different product. So I'm going to talk about some of the enzymes. So you could just order, like, say, the ICP and number 3, which is Comfortone, and get another enzyme to partner with it so you don't have to wait. Now, number 3 is our Comfortone. This is a phenomenal product that helps to support the health of the digestive system by eliminating the residue from the colon and enhancing its natural ability to function optimally. Isn't that what we're talking about? Having a digestive system that's functioning optimally. It supports normal peristalsis, which is that wave-like motion that we talked about. That's what moves the food through our entire intestines. It is ideal for strengthening the system that delivers nutrients to the rest of the body. It is also beneficial to liver, gallbladder, and stomach health. So this beautiful supplement, Comfortone, is working on the colon. It's working on the stomach itself. It's loving on your liver and your gallbladder. That is our Comfortone. And so those three products we talked about, the cleansing trio, they partner together just to give that extra love to that digestive system. It's really a great set. This is another one that we have for helping to keep your system clean. I love this. This one is about $1 a day, right around there. It's called Digestion Cleanse. Now, Digestion Cleanse soothes the gastrointestinal upset and supports healthy digestion. Supplementing with Digestion Cleanse will soothe the bowel, prevent gas, and stimulate stomach secretions, thus aiding in digestion. So who out there, if you're wanting to keep that system functioning like it's supposed to for $1 a day, this is a great thing that you can add into it. It also helps with your body's natural digestive and detox functions. It says that, stress, overeating, and toxins can irritate the gastrointestinal system and cause cramps, gas, and nausea that interfere with the body's natural digestive and detox functions. And that's why this one partners so well, because it aids with that digestion. It's just one little capsule. It's all filled with oils, and you're just going to take that, and it just gives a lot of love to that system. It also works synergistically to help prevent occasional indigestion and abdominal pain. So we want to keep our system nice and healthy, but when occasional things get out of balance, this one is going to help with that. That little bit of indigestion or abdominal pain, a couple of Digize gives a little love. It's one of those that you can take before that happens, again, because we just want to keep the system flowing like it's supposed to. It releases in the intestines for optimal absorption, and it's targeted relief to help prevent aftertaste. So it doesn't break down in the stomach, so it's not like you're going to burp that up. This is one that breaks down when it gets into your small intestine, so you get so much absorption from it. Again, it's just oils. I love it. This one is Parafree. Parafree is, it has amazing cleansing abilities. This is one you can go and research. I really recommend for everybody that this journey you're on, health and wellness and keeping your body functioning, that you start researching, start doing some information. There are so many books out there that can help guide you on your essential oil journey. You can just, yeah, there's stuff on Kindle, there's stuff on Life Science Publishers. There's lots of different places you can go to find reference materials. Parafree helps to keep the digestive system functioning optimally. I love that. Again, this is another one that's oils. That's what you're going to find in this capsule. It's just a capsule full of beautiful, amazing oils. This is where you're feeding the system. So everything up to now, we've been talking about cleaning it. Get it clean, get things moving like they're supposed to, the water, all those different things. And this right now is going to talk about feeding it. Our Life 5 is a high-potency probiotic. Life 5 represents the cumulative of research. That means this has been one of Gary's pets, Gary Young, our founder. This was one that he really researched so we could get all the parts and pieces in our system. Life 5 builds and restores core intestinal health by providing 5 clinically proven probiotic strains, including 2 advanced super strains to enhance intestinal health, sustain energy, and improve overall immunity. Life 5 contains 8 billion active cultures and improves colonization up to 10 times. That means when you take it, it starts to grow and it lives there in our belly. There's a fantastic book called The Brain Maker. It's by Dr. Perlmutter. He's got a couple good books out there that have just been fascinating. And he really talks about probiotic foods and things like kefir and yogurts and sour, how they build that biodome of critters that are supposed us, and this is what Life 5 partners with those beliefs, and he really talks about dietary changes that help to partner with that for that beautiful, healthy digestive system. So if you're somebody that likes to read, you can go get that on Amazon. If you're somebody that likes to just listen, go to Kindle. Brain Maker is a quick, easy one. You can read it, and it'll just speak about some good stuff that your body is supposed to have for that beautiful, healthy digestive system. Now, I want to give you just a little bit of background on enzymes. This isn't supposed to be a science class, so I want to keep it easy, but enzymes are huge, and our system kicks them out right starting in the mouth. So we already talked about salivary amylase. That one digests carbohydrates. And then in the stomach, in addition to that hydrochloric acid we talked about, we have pepsin. And pepsin is kicked out by my stomach, and that helps to digest proteins. Then our pancreas kicks out pancreatic lipase. We mentioned that as one of the ones that we add. And lipase helps to break down lipids, which are fats. So you're eating your good avocado or your walnuts or your almond butter. This helps to break those fats down so the body can absorb them so they don't just end up in your stool, right? We want those nutrients that we digest, that we put in our body. Digestion means it goes into the blood instead of into the stool. It also, our pancreas kicks out pancreatic amylase, which is another one that helps to digest carbohydrates. So if what we started in the mouth doesn't finish it in the stomach, then our pancreas kicks it out in our intestines, so we continue to break them down into smaller and smaller particles so the body can absorb it. Then the actual walls of the cells and the walls of our small intestines continue, and they kick out enzymes that help to break down proteins again. So you see how it layers. Our body in the stomach starts with digesting the proteins, and all of the liquids that we're talking about that keep getting added, they continue moving through that system while that wave is massaging it and stirring it. Think of how you would a mixer when you're making something. You're making cake or cookies, and you're putting all the parts and pieces in, and they just keep mixing together and mixing together until it's a smooth liquid. So when it comes to enzymes, you can see how important it is to get the pieces small enough. Now, this is one of the other enzymes. Like I said, if you're ever getting ready to get the trio, the cleansing trio, and it's not available, you can always order the ICP, the Comfortone, and then partner with like our Essential Zymes 4. Now, our Essential Zymes 4 is a multi-spectrum enzyme complex. It is designed to aid the critically needed digestion of fats, proteins, fiber, and carbohydrates that are commonly found in the modern processed diet. So this is a little bit of both. But what I love is that its dual time release technology releases the animal and the plant-based enzymes at separate times, just like your own digestive system does. You don't get everything right in the stomach. The body breaks them down at different times. So this allows for optimal nutrient absorption. This has got your pancreatin in there, which helps with the enzymes and the fats, the lipase, which breaks down fats. It has amylase for carbohydrates, the cellulase, that's the one that breaks down fibers. Do you know when we're able to break down some of the fiber, it's able to feed those good flora that we're supposed to have in our bowels? That cellulase helps to be kind of like a probiotic. So you've got it works kind of like a prebiotic. It feeds all that good flora in there. Then you have peptidase and phytase and bromelain and papain. So this is just a wonderful wide variety. And this comes in sleeves. And what you'll find is you get 2 pills in each little packet. So you're going to break one of those and carry them in your purse, carry them in your pocket, so that every time you eat, you can just pop 2 of those pills. It's 2 separate ones for each time that you use it. You will see some differences when you start giving love back to that system. We also have Detoxine. Now you'll notice this one says Liver Lover Club. When we talk more about the liver lovers, you're going to really understand why this is a big deal. But Detoxine is a powerful enzyme that completes digestion and helps to detoxify and promote cleansing. So far we've talked about enzymes digesting the food and getting the food into the cells. And this one not only helps to digest, but it also goes through and starts to detox and do some more cleaning. It supports normal function of the digestive system, which is essential for maintaining and building health. Again, it's a part of your Liver Lover Club. We'll go into that. It has a little more amylase, so that's working on breaking down those carbohydrates. It has invertase, protease, glucoamylase, bromelain, phytase, lipase, cellulase, and lactase. And a really fun study for you is legitimately take those words, take amylase, put it in your Google search and say, what is amylase? What does it do? What is invertase? What does it do? Protease. Just take 2 seconds, see what it says. It can even be on Wikipedia, just to really understand what your system's supposed to do. And know that these enzymes were supposed to be in the foods we eat anyways. But what did I say about picking those beans, right? It changes and we lose bits and pieces. And for the most part, most of us don't even have that garden to go to pick those veggies from. So I'm just saying, give a little love, get some enzymes. Your body needed it. Now this is our Allerzyme. Allerzyme is our vegetarian enzyme complex. This helps to promote digestion, and this is for all my friends out there that are vegetarian or vegan, and or people that really do a lot of carbs. So if you're somebody that you are a carb craver, or you maybe that is the dietary choice you've made, you eat a lot of brown rices and you eat a lot of different grains, you're a bread eater, so you have a lot of gluten going on. This one helps to digest excess carbohydrates. It is very soothing for occasional stomach discomfort, and it's a blend of amylase, bromelain, peptidase, protease, invertase, phytase, lipase, lactase. So think lactose. So for cheeses and dairy, this has the lactase in there that digests the lactose. So cellulase, again, for those fibers. So you're eating that good brown rice or quinoa or any of the beautiful grains that are out there. This cellulase helps to digest that, so you get even more absorption of those beautiful vitamins and nutrients that are locked inside those grains. Our body has a little bit of a hard time digesting them without the addition of those good enzymes. So those are some of the ones that you're going to get in that. And now feeding the system. So the enzymes we just kind of went over. You can pick and choose which ones you need. You can play with them. You can rotate through them. Just go on, Google what it is and decide what your little system needs. This is our Ninja Red. To me, this is one of those that everybody's system would just benefit from. Ninja Red has essential oils right in there. It's got your orange, your yuzu, your lemon, your tangerine. It's got blueberry, Ariana, I pronounce it wrong every time, cherry, pomegranate, and plum juice. This is a whole body nutrient infusion. So Ninja Red, you're going to see in every single class that I ever teach, because it's working on what? The whole body. It's a nutrient infusion. Even if your digestive system isn't up to par yet, this one is still going to absorb no matter what you have going on. It's just a great blend. You can do a lot of research on it. Ninja Red Daily helps to energize, fortify, and revitalize the body and support overall health and wellness from head to toe. So when people say, what should I do first? Well, Ninja Red starts right at the head, goes all the way to the little piggies. It's working on every cell, and it's a part of that Liver Lover Club we talked a little bit about. It helps with sustained energy. It contains powerful ingredients which are involved in many antioxidant processes and helps prevent against oxidative stress. So when we talk about antioxidants and the importance of them, we see all this research. This is one of those. It's a whole body nutrient infusion for health and wellness support. It's just a delicious tasting juice that should be a part of everybody's day. Then our Liver Lover system. So this is kind of the beginning of it. I told you how important the liver is and how it goes through and it gives so much support to every other system, how it cleans everything. Your blood goes right through there and it's deciding what needs to happen in your body. Do a little research on loving on your liver. And Juva Tone is a product that helps to promote healthy liver function. That's what it was designed and created for. It is liver function. It says it right on the bottle. It's an excellent source of choline, which is a nutrient that's vital for proper liver function and necessary for those with high protein diets. For those of you that are out there like I am, I do a very low carbohydrate diet. My body and carbs, we just don't really get along well. So I do a high protein diet, and Juvatone is necessary for those of us on a high protein diet. It just gives that love back. It allows my body to function better. It helps with the body's normal excretion functions, which means all the garbage that shouldn't be in there, Juvatone helps my body release like it's supposed to. A healthy digestive system is supposed to do that on its own. So that's the liver lover. That's the beginning of it. It also helps recycle glutathione. Write that word down and do some research of the power of glutathione in the body. It's a natural antioxidant that's crucial for normal liver function. It also is a source of liver supporting compounds, and it enhances overall effectiveness of the entire body. So it's an exciting one. Do some research on it. The directions on how you take it is directly on the bottle. Then we have Juva Power, and this one really partners with Juvatone. Juva Power. Juva Power is a high antioxidant vegetable powder complex, and it's one of the richest sources of acid binding foods. So people like me, I do a lot of proteins. Well, the proteins, the meats are acidic, and Juva Power helps to take those out of my body, and it binds with those acid binding foods. Juba Power is rich in liver supporting nutrients and has an intestinal cleansing benefit. So it's working on that whole system, and it's just a powder that you mix together in water and you drink it. It has spinach leaf, tomato fruit, beetroot. It's got a flaxseed, oat seed, what else? Broccoli, cucumber, just barley. It's got your barley in there. It's got just so many good things. It also has fennel seed right in there in addition to the oil. There's just, Juva Power is one of those, and to me it tastes like a vegetable juice, so you can just mix it in some water and drink it. But I like to just sprinkle it over my food if I'm having a salad or whatever I happen to have. It's delicious. There's another product I didn't pull up for you called Juva Spice, and it has a lot of the same nutrients Juva Power has in it, but they've added some salt, so it's a flavor agent. So you can do the same thing with your beautiful Juva Power, and just make sure you're getting that every day to give a little love to that liver. Now we're going to switch a little over to some of our oils. This is GLF. This is a blend of helichrysum, spearmint, and celery. And GLF can be applied topically over your liver or on your VitaFlex points on the feet. And if you don't know what that means, you can Google VitaFlex points, and it will give you this little chart of your hands and your feet, and it will show you where all of the different organs are related to your hands, your feet. You even go along your spine. You can see how it attaches. So just some fun stuff to look at. And right now, you'll know that GLF can be used aromatically, so you can breathe that in, or you can use that topically, either way. Then we also have in the Liver Lover Club an oil called Juva Cleanse. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but so far, everything that I have talked about in the Really Liver Lovers Club all start with Juva, J-U-V-A. So that helps you to understand which ones those are geared towards. And our Juva Cleanse provides support for the liver through a carefully formulated blend of therapeutic-grade essential oils that support normal liver function. So again, just a little love to a healthy liver, so it's doing what it's supposed to. And this one also can be used aromatically and topically. It is helichrysum, ledum, and celery. So you have lots of great oils that you can use to give love right on that liver. So you can just put a couple drops in your hand, and you can rub that over your liver, which if you reach down on your right hand side where your ribs are, and you just rub forward and backward, you're going to be really close to tapping on that liver there. And then we have Juva Flex, again, J-U-V-A, so it kind of gives you a hint what it's going to be done. And this is supportive, there's supportive effects of these oils on the liver and the digestive system and the lymphatic system. It may also support healthy cell function. Juva Flex works well with Juvatone and Digest, which we're going to talk about it in a minute. Now, I want to tell you this. First of all, it has fennel, geranium, rosemary, Roman chamomile, blue tansy, and heliochrysum. Those are the essential oils in there. But you'll notice it also has sesame seed oil. Sesame seed oil is considered a fatty oil, and that helps slow the absorption. An essential oil absorbs very, very quickly on the skin, and for some people, it can heat up. The sesame has its own nutrients, but it's also a fatty oil, and that slows absorption. So when you add a fat to an essential oil, it's kind of like time releasing it. And that's what your Juva Flex has in that. And right now it is listed as aromatic, topical, and dietary. And I want to stop here just for a second and explain something. You'll notice, especially if you have oils that you've had for a couple of years sitting around the house and you get new oils in, you're going to see some changes on the labels. For years, we've been around for 21 years, Young Living had always had almost all our oils listed just like this: aromatic, topical, and dietary. But a few months ago, the FDA and the FTC, I'm not sure which one, made a suggestion. And something they wanted Young Living to do is to pick, is it going to be aromatic, is it going to be topical, or is it going to be dietary? And the reason why is because from their perspective, and it makes sense to me, but from the FDA's perspective, you can't take, like, let's say your blush and put it on your hands and then eat your blush, because blush is topical, so it just goes on the skin. Same thing with something like lotion. Lotion would be topical. I wouldn't then eat my lotion. And so in the mind of the FDA, they said, well, that doesn't make sense. You can't have something that you can smell and then rub on your body and eat. So Young Living is in the process right now of choosing which one is it going to be. And you'll see it's been a little bit difficult because so many of our oils are used in our hair care and our skin care and all the beauty stuff that we have, but then we also have them in our supplements, because all of Young Living supplements, we put oils inside the supplements. So Young Living is in the process of changing the label to meet the guidelines, again, sharing Young Living the right way, so that we can make sure we're telling people the way that they're listing it. So you'll see some stuff now has a label that says only topical or only dietary. And so it might be a little bit confusing for a little while. When you see stuff like this where it still says all three, aromatic, topical, and dietary, it's just because Young Living hasn't quite decided which way it's going to be yet. So be flexible with those and watch for that, but know this in no uncertain terms. We have not changed our oils. They are the same oils that we have had for 21 years. And these are your oils. So just keep in mind what the guidelines say and the information that's on there, so we can make sure we share Young Living the right way all the time. Next one we have is Digest. Digest is the one that was listed to work wonderful with the liver supporting stuff. Digest you can use with every single meal along with Essentialzyme 4 to support a daily wellness regimen. So it's a great way to be able to go in there. When traveling, you can use Digest as a dietary supplement in your water. It's one that you can eat. It's just a phenomenal oil. Again, right now it's listed as aromatic, topical, and dietary. Digest is an ideal complement to the nutritional supplement Comfortone and Juvatone. So great product. You can use it with a lot. It gives a lot of love to the digestive system. Then we have peppermint. Peppermint is one of the oldest and most highly regarded herbs for supporting normal digestion, including promoting healthy intestinal function and gastrointestinal system comfort. Right now it is listed as aromatic and topical. Actually, I think that is a mistake. I think it is actually listed as food right now. I don't know. One of those, you're just going to have to go look and see what it is today. Digest, it's on here again. I'm going to move past there. Then we have Fennel. Fennel has a sweet, earthy, anise-like aroma that is energizing, vital. It is energizing and balancing, and the word in between there. It is just one of those oils that's just got a lot of energy to it. It is one of my favorite oils. I carry it with me at all times. It's very stimulating to the circulatory, the glandular, and the respiratory and digestive system. So this is a phenomenal oil to use on a regular basis. It also helps to support the feelings of well-being during the menstrual cycle. It's very high antioxidant, 2,383,000. This is aromatic and topical is how this oil is supposed to be used. Ginger. Ginger has a very warm, spicy fragrance that's very energizing. It's supportive to the digestive system. Ginger is commonly used to soothe the comfort and balance digestive discomfort. I think that means it's used to help balance digestive comfort. It's a great oil for that. It's dietary and topical. Then we have Copaiba. Copaiba is a powerful essential oil from South America that has traditionally been used to aid digestion and support the body's natural response to injury and irritation. Copaiba contains the highest amount of beta-caryophyllene of any known essential oil. And that's one of those words that I said you need to research. Type that in, beta-caryophyllene. What does it do? Why do we care that there's 55% of the oil is beta-caryophyllene? That's just one. It's also listed right now, dietary, topical, and aromatic. So know that that one still needs that update on there. And then here's a few honorable mentions. The information right now is not there as far as how phenomenal these are for the digestive system, but they're ones you might want to play with and check into, and keep checking the website to see if there are claims that are added to that. And that would be aroma ease, ocotea, lemon, tummy jize, lemon myrtle, and oregano. So there's lots of really good ones out there. I just want to remind you of this. It is your body. It is your life. You care more about what happens to you and your family than anybody else ever could. We would love to partner with you. If you have listened to this and it got you excited and made you start thinking that you can have that optimal health style, and that's something that you're wanting, and you want to partner with the vision of wellness, purpose, and abundance in all the homes, that everybody deserves that phenomenal, exciting feeling, then you need to get back with the person that sent you this video. Get back with them and let them know, hey, I'm ready to get started. I want to be a part of this, and they will take you on that journey. They will partner with you and help you figure out the best way to get started. We've got this awesome kit. It is our essential oil kit, and it comes with 10 amazing oils that are your foundation to every single cell in your body. And when you get your kit, I want you to open it up. I want you to experience every oil in that kit. And then I want you to start to learn to use a few drops of each oil 3 times a day, whether you use it topical, whether you just put it in a diffuser and you enjoy it that way, or whether it's a dietary supplement and you just put a couple drops in your water. Start to experience that foundation of amazing health. And then play with the things that you think would partner with you on your vision and your journey of having that awesome health. On that, we're going to go ahead and stop. Thank you so much for partnering with us. And we will see you next week. Oh, we will not. Next week, we'll be at Grand Convention in Texas. Woo-hoo! And I would love to meet you guys. If you come up and introduce yourself, give me a hug, let me know who you are. I love to get to know each of you. And we will start these back up on the, what is the week? It will be the 19th, because we're going to be there for session A and session B. We're flying home on the 12th. So we're starting these back up on the 19th. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you next time.